Welcome back onto yet another edition of Try with Coach Parry. I'm Brad Brown, and we've got our triathlon coach, Rudolf Nordier, with us once again. Rudolf, how's it? Welcome back.
Hi there, Brad. Thanks for having me again.
Yeah, you're welcome. And let's talk recovery. It's a question that popped up in our forums on coachparry.com, and I think it's a great question. People were asking, what are some tips, just general tips to improve your recovery? Because as much as training hard is important, recovering hard is important too.
Yeah, so recovery, the best recovery that you can get is sleeping. I know it's not easy for everyone. A lot of people's got day jobs, 8 to 5 day jobs, but if you can put in extra sleep where you can, then go for it. Afternoon naps if possible, or at night. If you are working 8 to 5, don't stay up until 10 or 11 because that's just going to hurt your performance with sleep and just training in general. So that is the first option that you need to do. The second thing is nutrition-wise. Nutrition plays a very important role because as you are training, you're emptying your tank and you need to refuel the tank. And I know a lot of people, because we've got busy schedules, they tend to eat a lot of junk food like takeout and so on. That is not an ultimate sin, but try and limit that. Don't eat McDonald's or KFC every other day. But if you feel like you had a hard day and you feel like you're craving it, you are allowed to have once or twice a week, you can have that. But also when you eat, as soon as you're done with a hard training session, get some carbs in and especially protein, because protein helps you recover the muscles, rebuild the muscles once you've damaged them after a training set. So as soon as you're finished, have with that protein shake, recovery shake, or just an energy bar straight after your training session. And then as soon as you can get home or to work, get a proper breakfast in. If you're training in the morning, afternoon, same principle, small bite to eat straight after training, even if it's a steady stumpy. I know a lot of people drink milkshakes after training. That helps. I still do that as well. And then a proper decent meal with carbs, protein, fruit, veggies, the whole kitty in the afternoon. If you are lucky and you have a wife or husband that can cook for you and you have a hard session, tell them, listen, I will be done at 6 at night. Is it possible that we can have dinner ready at 6:15? I know that's a stretch for a lot of people, but that would be an ideal world where you can live in.
Yeah, Rudolf, you make such an important point about the two, and it seems simple, but if you can get those two things sorted, your sleep patterns and your nutrition, you are well on your way to really helping your performance across the board. And sleep is the big one. People don't really realize how big a role that plays. And I always say, and I know I've spoken to Lindsay about this often as well, is throw a toddler or a baby into a mix that's not sleeping too well and see how your not necessarily just your performance, but how you feel in training, what an impact that takes to know how important sleep is. And it's not just getting lots of sleep, but also what you do prior to sleep. So turning off screens, not having phones and blue lights in the rooms, those sorts of things make a big difference too, don't they?
Yeah, no, definitely. And also general life stress that you have also plays an important role in your work. If, like you said, if you've got a baby and it's sick and it's not sleeping, or you've got a very bad few days at work, there's deadlines and everything, and you're stressed, that also will play an impact in your training and recovery. So you also need to talk to your coach and say, listen, I'm going to have a very bad week at work. There's a lot of deadlines, big projects coming up. We need to step back on the training because you don't want to carry on training as hard as you do, but you don't recover as well as you do. Then your training is going to suffer and your work is going to suffer. So it's a compromise between the two. You have to give and take on both sides, and then communication is very important. So if you can balance out those three, sleep, eat, and general life stress, then you will be well on your way to have a good recovery and good sessions and good training and racing.
Yeah, and just tell your boss that Rudolf Nordier says you can have a nap under the desk once a day, just after lunch. It's all good.
Yeah, let's not and say we did.
Rudolf, as always, great to catch up. Thanks for your time today on Try, much appreciated. And we look forward to catching up again soon.
Oh, no stress. Thanks for having me, Brad.